On the second look at the Tank Davis versus Lamont Roach fight, man, the refs really screwed Lamont Roach, man. Like, when you look at the fight, in a typical Tank Davis fight, he usually start off slow, feel out his opponent, collect data, and then execute in the later rounds. But you see this fight here? It was totally opposite. Lamont Roach, he didn't come out trying to steal early rounds like most of Tank Davis' opponents do. He did the same thing Tank did. Wasn't really active, but he did just enough to where he won a few of the early rounds. He didn't take any chances. But you see, towards the middle of the fight, when he seen that he could take Tank's power, his confidence started to grow. And you see, when he made Tank take that knee, he really knew he could beat him. You could just see it. Take a look at the thumbnail. Look at the referee's face. Tank ain't never get hit with no lick like that. Even the ref knew Tank in trouble. When he hit Tank with that right and made him stumble, man, I thought it was over right there, man, because you don't see that in the Tank Davis fight. He was able to counter him, and when they was exchanging blows, he was able to take them. Not many guys can go toe-to-toe and exchange blows with Tank Davis. It was just beautiful, man. For that guy to fight the fight of his life and to get screwed, it's not what's up. I could tell you one thing, though. Lamont Roach gained a lot of fans from this fight because casual fans ain't knew who he was. Real boxing fans probably knew who he was, And in Tank's case, he lost a lot of fans. You got to be professional, man. You know that dude made you take a knee. Tried to play it off, He's the draw. He's the catch. So they gave him the benefit of the doubt. That wasn't right, man. This is boxing. When you take a knee, no matter what the situation is, it should have been considered a knockdown. And Tank, he's so unprofessional, man. Look how long he made people wait for him to speak at the post-press conference. His ego was hurt. This is what happens, though, when you think you unstoppable. You think you the best fighter since Mayweather. When you think you just godly. He took Roach lightly, and he got embarrassed. You know what I'm saying? And then in the press conference, he still ain't want to give that man his credit. He blamed the reason he lost because he didn't execute right. He could have knocked him out. He kind of made it seem like, man, I wanted to let this guy breathe so he could have an excellent career. Like, man, no, bruh. Your undefeated record on the line. People didn't want to see this fight for one. People really wasn't into this fight. The press conferences leading up to the fight were boring, uninteresting, So you were supposed to come out and let the fans know, I'm still Tank Davis no matter who I fight. Y'all gonna come support me because y'all know I'm gonna put on a show. And we just didn't see that, folks, at all. You know what I'm saying? I felt like his trainers had to beg him to come to the press conference. He need to learn how to talk too, because he talks like he's real illiterate. You making all that money and can't talk properly. You know what I'm saying? That's not right. On the other hand, when you listen to Lamont Roach, that dude's well-spoken. He gave Tank his props, but he also spoke his mind and kept it 100. He know he should have won this fight. Now everyone talking about a rematch. If I'm Roach, I don't want that rematch. I done showed I done beat you. And if it come down to some more controversy, They gonna rule in favor of Tank again. Man, I don't want to fight you no more. You gotta come earn my respect now. You gotta chase me now. You know what I'm saying? I would not take him in my next fight. I would not. You gotta show me you worthy of me fighting you again. Because it don't look like Tank Davis really enjoy fighting anymore. He need to stop playing around and fight Shakur Stevenson or fight Davis. Stop playing around, man. He hurting his legacy right now. You know what I'm saying? He's immature and unprofessional. No one wants to deal with that, man. It's like a kid, a big spoiled kid. But that referee need to be investigated. He should be fined. Because you got one job, to ref the fight. Like, what type of nonsense that was, man? Like, ain't no way. When you look at Tank, like, this was so embarrassing on his part. Lamont Roach moved up to fight you because you were scared to fight guys that were in your weight class. Lomachenko wanted to fight you. You got Shakur Stevenson sitting right there, and you got Davis. Like, come on. 3 guys right there in your division, and you refuse to fight them and then lose to a guy who wasn't in your division who had to move up? Embarrassing, man. But this is what happens when you don't train right. You know? Tank didn't care about this fight. He looked past this guy. He didn't see him as a threat. You're never supposed to underestimate no one. You knew of this guy's work. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad this happened to him, though. Now he see. You can't just show up, bro. Your name is your name, but you still have to perform. You know? You look at Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan had won 3 championships. If he would have came back and wouldn't have won no more, he wouldn't be considered the GOAT. His name wouldn't be big as it is. He still had to go out there and live up to that. You feel me? Now, Tank Davis got a draw on his record because he underestimated his opponent. Now, forever in history, if he never lose a fight, you can always say, I'm not undefeated, though. And that's on me. He got to look in the mirror with that because he blew it. He blew it by being arrogant. You feel me? Y'all let me know in the comment section, who do you think Tank Davis should fight next? And who do you think Lamont Roach should fight next? I see y'all on the next one, people.